Come on.
Welcome back to the DMV Daily. We are here today with our special guest, artist, music producer, overall writer, Big T. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great now that you're here.
Let's do it.
Let's get it. All right, so you are originally from Michigan.
Yes.
Flint, Michigan.
Yes, Flint, Michigan.
Is that where you found your passion for writing?
Well, yeah, pretty much artistry, period. I found a lot of that through being in church and being active in school and in the community as well. I always had a knack of being a center of attention.
Okay. Now, you just released Doper Than Dope, which is an awesome album.
Thank you.
I love it. Love it. You just released it in March.
Yes.
And in the I'm Dope single, you talked about moving to PA, where you stopped writing music.
Yeah.
And then you moved to Maryland, where you picked it back up.
Yeah.
What was the cause of you stop writing?
Well, it was more so just where I was mentally. At one point, I was really into the music and I was producing a lot of cats in the DMV area, and being underground was it was a good move. It was a movement I created, for Demolition Squad, which is short as DSM. So if you hear DSM or Demolition Squad, that's where the group came from, where I just had a bunch of producers that I helped produce, and then also engineers, artists, and we just came together, formed a group. And then I pursued my passion of playing football, and I moved to Pennsylvania, and it was kind of like a lot of things going on at the time, and then I was away from my family. It was a lot, and I just was like, you know what? I don't know what it is, but I was in a funk when it comes down to just trying to get it in, like, musically. But I was there for like 4 years, and then I moved back, and I ended up having a child, and it was like some way I have to find a way to release, and get my passion back underneath me, and making music was that opportunity for me to kind of just get back into my safe place and also just kind of express myself. You know what I mean?
Is that what helped you develop these songs? Like your life experience from PA to Maryland, having a kid, providing for that child, and everything just bottled up?
Yes. Like, I would say, like, a lot of times when we talk, to people, and you just like, you remember this, or let me tell you about something like this. It's like I kind of put all of the, like, my experiences within, like, my music, so it's authentic, and then also, like, times where I have, like, my brother or have good friends and stuff like that, where we enjoying time, right? Those times is like I kind of make a record out of. Like, I never forget, like, certain things that we enjoyed, or even, like, things that's been like a bad situation, where I can see, like, there's a bad situation that still happened, but this is how we got out of it. And usually a lot of my music is going to be a cause and effect type of vibe. It's going to give you something that I experienced and then how I got out of it, or the outcome of it, which what makes my real life music become like my real story.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of, healing and, struggle within the Doper Than Dope 2 album.
Yes.
But we're going to get to that. But first, I know that your first album, Doper Than Dope, is a mainstream.
Yeah.
And the second album is, gospel.
A little more gospel oriented, a little more personal.
What was the ultimate decision for you transferring from mainstream to gospel?
I would say it's more motivational and inspirational music. I wouldn't say just put myself into just a genre of gospel, because I know that, a lot of times people have, like, different angles of how they see it as gospel. But, as far as it being some Christianity backgrounds, and musically, of course, I have, like, preaching and prayer and things of that nature in the music, is because I'm putting together real life experiences. I was born and raised in a church. My mom is a minister. My mom sang in a church, director of choir. She's done so much. I've been a part of, mass choirs, children's choirs, a lot of events, a lot of plays growing up,
Yes.
I was the person that everybody waited on for the Easter speech. I was that guy, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But I enjoy just the whole process of being able to reach others through my life experiences. And then also being able to bring people to Christ, knowing that I have somebody that really cares and someone that I really love, which is Jesus. And I'm not afraid to explain or express those things within my music. So the differences between Dope and Dope 1 and Dope and Dope 2 is, one, I pretty much kind of wanted to do more of what was going on at that time, the far as the music wise, and I just kind of converted a little bit of who I am to that, and I didn't really give you all of me. So I wanted to give you more of me, so that way not only that my church can listen to it, but also my children and things of that nature will be able to listen to this kind of music and really connect and understand it a lot better. Yeah.
Now, did you get any backlash from switching? Did you lose followers, or
Well, I honestly don't really pay attention to that. Like, I think people that really care about the artist have to learn the artist first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if you have a favorite artist, let's say Beyonce, right? If you say Beyonce is your favorite artist, you have to learn where she came from first in order for you to get to know if you really like her music. And once you start learning who she is, you become more of a fan. And the thing that I'm doing is I'm giving you who I really am through my music, so you can learn it through the music and know if you like the music or not. Like, because I know my sound, I always make my music, I make beats and I have the instrumentation down. But, if I can get you to, vibe a little bit,
bob your head,
or a little banger, a little banger. But it's like, what am I saying? And I want it to be a positive, saying, that's what I'm really into. I want to give you a positive vibe. I want you to really think, I want you to know that, no matter what's going on, there's always going to be something good that's going to come out of the outcome, long as you look at, God as your savior and keep him in front of you and walk in the steps of the Lord, you'll be fine. But, if you ain't walking it, then, I can't help you. But that's why my music is important, because it's not only like motivation, it's inspiration as well. So we gonna get through. That's why I'm dope, and I'm telling you, you're dope too. But it's a journey though.
Is that the message behind your album, the second one?
Yeah, second album is a journey. It's telling you basically like the reasons why I'm dope. Like, who am I, right? And what I struggle with on a daily basis, mental, and, just everything. I do real music, like, like stuff that everyone can relate to. That's pretty much like how I want to make it. I want you to relate to it, and I don't hide it. I don't just talk about turning up in a club. I ain't just talking about like any old thing. I'm talking about real life experiences. You know what I mean?
I do. I really do.
Yeah.
I mean, because when it comes to writing overall, it comes from life experiences, comes from the heart. And that's just with any music artist.
Yes. From the heart. It is what it is.
Yes. So in your, it's another album, another song that you wrote, I'm Dope. You expressed a lot of, you cope. What are you coping from?
Well, a lot of coping is like, growing up with, my family was kind of over, let's say, like, it was pretty dramatic. Mom and dad got divorced when I was young, and I took that really hard, and which caused, more of a little life spin for myself, where I was on the path of doing a lot of great things, and it just kind of made me feel like less than, right? So, of course, being a child going through experiences like a divorce in your family is either you take it or you take it this way or take it that way. And for me, I kind of took it hard. My brother, it was like, whatever. For me, it was like, oh my God, like it was hard. So it took a long time for me to kind of get over that, which caused a lot of issues within myself, whereas it's like I never felt like, not never, but in times I felt like I wasn't, good enough, no matter what I was doing. Even if I really thought I was good at it, I just never felt like I was good enough. And then it transformed to me not taking school serious. And then transforms to me just being nonchalant. Then it transforms, then it just kind of makes everything kind of trickles down to different things, and once I realized what it is and how detrimental it was to me, um, I really never really focused on it. I just brushed it off. So when it comes down to music, it allows me to look at what's going on and create music and express my problems or my issues or the fun or the great things and be able to express those things in ways that most artists may not, because it's not the popular thing to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And do you feel like those emotions and, your nonchalant self, do you feel that still plays a part in your everyday life when you're not writing?
Yeah, sometimes it's a struggle, just not being able to just stay in focus, Because let's think about it. Like, you could be really great at what you do, but it's something pulling you back and you don't really know what it is. And like, man, I could be really great at this, but then you're touching on like the brink of wanting to be great and you just don't feel like you're there.
Right. No,
and what is it? What is it? Am I not informed enough? Am I not putting in enough effort? Am I not studying? Am I not really like grinding? And then you can really feel like you're really grinding, but it's not enough. And sometimes in life, just a lot of different things, no matter what it is. It could be job, it could be your family, it could be your position, in church, it could be your position in the house, with your family. It could be anything. And you could just feel like you're not good enough, but you're trying to psych yourself and like, nah, we good. But it's like, it's just playing on that battle. And that's some things that I struggle with, just, not feeling sometimes like I'm good enough with certain things. But I kind of block it out and try my best to just find out what it is. Like, what is it that makes me feel this way? And that's why having a therapist and things of that nature is very important to our community. Like, having someone to talk to that may or may not be able to kind of help you, move
navigate,
move a little differently. And it's important. People like Charlemagne on Breakfast Club, always talk about things like our mental health in our Black community and things of that nature, and that's something I kind of want to dive a little deeper into.
So outside of writing music, what else helps you cope?
Sports. I love sports. I'm a sports head.
You did play football.
I played football, and also I played like in men's leagues for basketball and stuff like that, for church leagues and stuff like that. Those things is really fun and kind of get you going, and also it keeps you in shape,
and it releases stress.
Absolutely. Want to dunk on somebody, you know what I mean? Back in the day.
Defense. You can be aggressive,
hacking.
Yes. So in your song, Pray For Me, you talked a lot about depression, dark places.
Yeah.
Your grandmother passed. I'm sorry to hear that. And your mom being in the hospital. How hard was it for you to write that song?
That song, first I was, the song Pray For Me came from where I was basically like singing. I was singing the song. And my sister Janine heard it and she was like, this sounds a little more draggy. I need you to like put a little more umph in there and rap it a little more. Don't just sing it. And I took that advice and I began to just rap it. And most of the lyrics kind of got revamped. And I realized that I need to be more direct. So that's where I got was like, mama in the hospital and grandma just passed and my brother said he gonna put the liquor away because it's causing him to go insane. Like, these are things that's like real life experiences that I have to deal with, which why I asked you guys to pray for me. Were the ones that, I asked for everybody to pray for me, but it's more of a cry out to like, I need help, like somebody help me please, and it's okay to be vulnerable within the music, because at the end of the day, like, I know sometimes in your life where you just felt like, dang, man, I don't really want to say what's going on, but I just need y'all to pray for me.
Yes.
Right?
Silent prayer.
Silent prayers. And then inside my verses is where the silence was let go. I kind of just let y'all know what's up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was one of the ones. It was a tough song to write, but I think it was perfect to explain, like, listen, like, I'm transparent. These things that I go deal with every time. Like, I have issues where I feel like today I don't really feel like really doing nothing. Like, I'm in that mode right now.
Mm-hmm.
But how do I get out of that?
How do you get out of it?
Really, I find different things like creatively, like, sometimes it could be scrolling through Instagram and you can just see one of those motivational speeches from, let's say, Denzel Washington or something, right? And he hits you with something like, oh man. And then it's like, okay. And it kind of gets your spirit up,
Yeah.
And then you want to remove yourself from that negative energy, and you find something to do that's going to create positive, movement, whether if it's just spending time with the kids or watching a good movie, it's something to get you out of the funk,
Yeah. You don't want to stay in there too long.
Yeah, you got to shake it. And once you realize you just like in that sluggish mood or something, you just got to shake it. Do something, man. Get out, do something.
That could be a next song. Shake it,
shake it. We gotta shake it, shake that. You know what I mean? Get out of here with all that. We gotta shake it.
Shake your hand, shake your hand.
Get your tambourine.
There you go.
Go ahead, shake it like a tambourine.
Your mom will be proud of that.
Shake it like a tambourine. They're gonna think it's a Turk song. You gotta watch it.
You're gonna be singing it.
Stop.
So what does music mean to you?
It means everything to me. I mean, if you don't got music, I don't think you got joy.
No.
I'm telling you, like, music brings so much to everybody, to anything, no matter what. Music is everything. Music is everything.
It gets you out of your slump. Like if you hear a good beat, and you write beats, you make beats yourself.
Yeah.
So I know when you're down, you can go in there and make a beat. Like, okay.
Stuff that'll make you dance, things that make you think, and also stuff that can put you in different times where, like, when you hear a song, it can, like, make you remember a time where you was whatever. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, I even have songs where I can remember where I was when I first heard that song. Oh. Yeah. It's
like a trigger. It just comes back.
Yeah, it's a timeline. It's a timeline as well too. So like when I play some of my songs, and I know I bring up times from, let's say back in 2008, certain things in the songs, it's like, dang, this is exactly where I was feeling when I was, in 2008 at this time. I remember I was at Danny's on Oxon Hill Road, talking to people, what I mean, about music and stuff like that. It's just like time frames, going playing basketball down that Tucker Road in Oxon Hill. And, a lot of those things kind of brings a lot of terms like, I remember those days. I remember this. I remember when I used to. And when you listen to music, it brings you that.
It does.
It definitely do. You find out a lot of stuff about where these songs came from. It's like, let's say, stay skeeving.
I'm not gonna sing.
French Montana put that song. I was like, where do you remember that? When that came out, where was you when that song came out? It's like, dang, like I remember when that song came out, what I was doing. Like, it's a lot of different things,
Yeah.
Ty Tribbett. I
know Ty Tribbett.
The Ty Tribbett, when the Victory came out,
yes,
it's like that took the storm, right? So I got a lot of remembrance on when things dropped and when things happened. It's like, where was I when this happened? I remember.
Yeah. So what can you tell someone who's having a hard time writing or finding their way to express themselves? Like, how would you tell them? How would you help them out of that slump?
Well, honestly, it comes down to when, experience. Like when you figure out where you at, you can be in a writing slump. Of course, like writers have that writer's block, and musicians can go through the same experience as well. But it's perfect timing, honestly. Like it always finds itself. It always finds itself, no matter what. So you could be in writer's block. You can't write out of writer's block. Like you just can't just get in there and just start writing just because I'm in writer's block. I'm gonna write something. But I just think honestly, it always comes to an experience. When something strikes in an idea, and then it creates the creative juices to flow. Yes. Then you go into the mode, and next thing you know, you're back in action. Yep. But you can't never force it. Let it come to you.
Yeah, you gotta ease into it.
Let it come to you, and you'll be good. And that's how I do. Like a lot of my songs that I write, it comes to me. It just comes to me. And I'm not like the freestyler type of person where I write records or I'm making beats just because. It's more of a feeling. Like it comes to me, and I'm like, man, that's a great song to sample. And I found the right sample, and then I find the drums and all the different things, and then I put in the piano keys and different things on top, and I create the bridge. It's a lot of structures that come into it, where it's like, I gotta find it. What this is the right key, this, that, blah. You gotta go.
Mhm.
You gotta like
You have a talent for it. I will say that.
you gotta figure it out.
Yes.
It's a lot. But a lot of people don't understand how tough it is to get on the computer or find an instrument and start from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
No sound at all. I start from scratch.
Do you use GarageBand?
No, I use Fruity Loops and I use Pro Tools. I also use a little bit of like Reasons and stuff like that, depending on where my mood is when I'm creating. But overall, I kind of start everything in Fruity Loops when it comes down to making music because I have so many different like programs within it, you know, VSTs and things of that nature to create the sounds. But I usually do a lot of instrumentations. I don't really do a lot of sampling, but I'm really good at it though. Really good at sampling.
Okay.
Really good at it. So like when artists wanted me to come, you know, do music for them, they want me to sample stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they want me to sample stuff. They want that sample feel. They want, you know, a lot of different things that, you know, that's going on right now. They want that good stuff. So I got to hook them up.
That goody.
Yeah, you know what I mean? What you say?
Now, was there ever a point where you wanted to just stop writing music to just put it away and do something else?
I would say, yeah. Like the time frame where I was, when I was in like Pennsylvania, I really I was really down. Like it felt like I was missing something, and I didn't really know if music was it, because my first stint with music was like I was producing for a lot of people, and a lot of people wasn't putting the music out. I was in studios, all of the big studios, and things just wasn't going my way, and I wasn't getting, you know, any monetizations with it. Like I wasn't making money off of it. Like I was struggling with like doing all of this work and not really making money. And the most money I made was from internet. So I was selling beats online. So I had a website and everything where people would just listen to the music and want to buy it, want to use the music. But the thing is, like, nothing really took off from it. So that's when you get discouraged sometimes and not really have a big background on, you know, management and things like that to keep everything rolling. I was doing everything on my own. But that's what really kind of like made me feel like, man, like it's whatever. You know what I mean? But I wasn't really doing it for money, but it was like, dang, like I'm putting a lot of money in it. You know, can I get something back?
Right.
At least break even, right? With all this equipment, recording cats and engineering and all of that stuff, man, I was doing a lot of stuff. And just wanted to make sure I get back at least something.
Yes.
But that's kind of like put me in that slump. But, you know, overall, that slump created a little more of a problem, whereas I needed to kind of release. And that's where, when I came back home, I was like, you know what, I gotta get back into this, man. So it took me about 2 years to get back. Once I moved back here, and I started getting it in, and I started back training myself back into making music. It took a little while, but then songs start coming, and then the creative juices started flowing, and writing started going, and the next thing you know, I got songs, and we ready to go. Then I'm like, Dope 2 on the way.
All right.
I started performing and all of that stuff, and then it started rolling, and I started going.
So what are you doing now? Let's keep us up to date on to what new projects you're working on.
Well, right now, currently, I am working on an EP with Big Bruh. He's a part of the VABP group, which is out of Southern Virginia, and they were pretty much part of Juicy J back in the day. They had a deal with Juicy J. Also, Lex Luger's a multi like platinum producer. And I'm working with some of the like artists from that group, VABP. Big Bruh's there. Also Cap. I'm working with him. We're doing an EP together as well. And also I'm also working with Fox, which is Mr. Get Right or Get Left. He's down the road.
Nice.
He's right down in, you know, Waldorf area, La Plata area. And he just came out with South of the Tray. And I'm going to produce his next album as well. So we're working together on that, and that's going to be crazy. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be crazy.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. And so far I've been performing with his band, which is South of the Tray, and then also his go-go band, which is his go-go band, which is we just did a gig at Bar 210, and I host that event, and that's right off 210 and Indian Head Highway down Bryant's Road. We did those gigs. We do those gigs Fridays or Saturdays, depending on what's going on every week. And his band is Choice Band Reloaded. Choice Band Reloaded. Yep. And they phenomenal band, go-go band, and they let me open up or host some of the events and stuff like that. So I go in and do things with them, and then also EMP Productions. They do a lot of events in DC and stuff like that. They let me open and do different shows with them too. So I pop up with them. Eddie, he do a great job promoting, man. He got a lot of events and venues that he put me in, and I go in and I do my thing, man. Bring the crowd, turn up a little bit, you know.
I should be expecting my invite.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I had my last, for my album release party was down at, in DC, I think it was Northwest, and I think we did, we had about 70, 80 people that showed up. Oh, wow. It was a pretty good turnout all the way around throughout the course of the night. I performed the whole album it was at Bar or Lounge 1831. So it was pretty cool. It was really good vibes there. Really good vibes. Everybody showed love. Yeah.
So from your album, what's your favorite song?
Favorite song? Come on, man. They all my babies. I would say like my favorite, man, there's so many, so much. I have 19 tracks on this new album.
I saw.
And I can give you like my top 3. I don't know if I got a favorite. They all like favorite for a reason. Like I would say my favorite is Thank You.
Yes.
Because it features my mom. Like she's actually singing on the record.
I heard.
Yep. And my sister Janine is on there too. So I think that song is really, really dear to my heart because that's my first real song like with my mother. Because she can sing.
Yes, she can.
As the church.
Her and your sister.
They can sing. So I think that was one like a pinnacle song for me. Like it's And then my second one, I would say of I'm Dope. Definitely. Yes. I know you said that's your favorite, but like that's one of my favorites because I kind of brought like that feel of like I was like I have to start the album off with like a bang. Like it had to be something that could be like, when you hear it, right?
Like an umph.
Yeah, the umph record. And I think I'm Dope was that. Just to let everybody know that I get busy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm nice with it. I had to let them know, just a little bit. That's what that was. You know what I mean? And then number 2, probably I'm going to go with Toxic. I say Toxic only because my guy Chris Calico came in and killed that hook for me. And I pretty much kind of gave a real good perspective of just living in toxic thinking, and knowing that, no matter what's going on, I know God got me, but sometimes I'm battling between, I know God got me, but Dope and Dope 2 is doing really well right now. So I'm going to continue to push that and drop more like videos for that. So it's going to be amazing.
Now I know you're also working on another music video for YouTube.
Yes. Yeah. I'm dropping another video on YouTube pretty soon. We're shooting Thank You that had my mom and Janine on there as well, which is Giselle and Janine. It's going to be pretty
And
cool.
I heard your mom and your sister. They're both awesome.
Fire.
Yes.
Yeah. Big fire. Fire flames.
So where can people find your music? Where can they follow you?
Okay, well, first, they can follow me on Instagram or Twitter and things of that nature, or Facebook at Big T Beatz. On Instagram, it's Big T Beatz with a Z 810. So I always got to show some love for Flint, Michigan. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My city. And then also my music is on everywhere. I'm verified on YouTube, on Spotify, Tidal, wherever else you listen to music, Apple Music, iTunes, you can go download my music. That's Big T Beatz with a Z, right?
Okay. Yes.
And holla at your boy. Share my music, man.
There you go.
Share my music, man. We underground, man. You gotta help me, man. Share my music. Request my music. Get it on the radio.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
You heard him yourself, guys.
Man, y'all go ahead, man. What a close up. Close up. Hey y'all, man, share my music, man. Big T Beatz in the house. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm dope.
All right. Yes, he is dope. Check out his music on all social media platforms. Follow him. And yeah, get your groove on.
Get your groove on.
Thank you for being here with us.
Yes.
And big shout out to Art Trend Studios located in Waldorf, Maryland. They are open for business. We are in their lovely space.
Absolutely.
You can contact Sean Turrentine. You can find him on all social media at Art Trends and at Art Trend Studios. You can also Google him on Google Maps, and Apple.
Yeah, you can Apple map him up too. You can map him up on Apple too. But a beautiful place, man. So I definitely love being here. It's been great. Also, just phenomenal service. Just nothing but love, and I love this place. So I definitely recommend this to be. Just getting your photos, getting your shots.
Yes.
Also for things like this, holding interviews and things of that nature, always bomb and fire, man. I appreciate y'all so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Sean. You're the best.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody to get up and come on. Yeah, I got Madam Giselle with me, and I got Janine with me. Everybody come on, let's rock and let's go.